Good morning, students. Even in today's class also, we are going to learn about circles. Okay. Let us revise what all we have done in the yesterday's class, and then we'll start with the new topic. Okay. In yesterday's class, what did we learn? We learned about the circle. How a circle drawn? It has the n number of points. All the n number of points are joined together to form a boundary or a closed loop, which is called as a circle. This is a rough sketch when you are going to join n number of points and binding a circle. Now, if you want to plot it on the if you want to use the compass and draw, then at that time what are you going to do? You are going to have an initial point or a center point which is named as O. O is the center of circle. Then using the center of circle with a particular radius, that is if you want to draw 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter or 5 centimeter circle, then you are going to take a particular radius. Let me name that radius as OA, and you are going to draw a complete circle. Wherever you measure this line, measure the length of the circle's boundary and the center of circle, the measurement should be same itself. Anywhere, wherever you measure, it should be same. Then only you can say it is a radius of a circle. How many radius of a circle you can draw? You can draw n number of radius in a circle. N number in the sense infinite number of radius on the circle. Clear? Then if I draw a diameter, if I extend the line, if I double the radius of the circle, and if I name the point as B, if I name the point as B, then AB is the diameter of a circle. What is this diameter? This diameter is a line where it passes through the center of circle and touches the other 2 points. It touches the other 2 points of the circumference of a circle. The outer boundary is called the circumference of a circle, and if the line is passing, one part of the line will be touching the other point on the circumference of a circle, and another point will be touching the other part of the circumference of a circle. So AB is the diameter of the circle. Even this diameter also, if you tilt it wherever you want, the length of the diameter won't change, so it remains the same. What is the condition for the diameter? It should pass through the center of a circle. If it is not passing through the center of a circle, it is not a diameter. Then what did we learn? We learned about the chord. What is a chord? It is anywhere on the circle. It might be the diameter anywhere on the circle. If the if that line is touching the 2 points, other 2 points of the circle, then you are going to say it as a chord. It should touch the circumference of a circle at 2 different points. If it is touching the circumference of a circle at 2 different points, then you are going to say it as a chord. Even diameter is a chord. Why? Because it is also touching the 2 different parts of the circumference of a circle, so it is also a chord. I have already told you yesterday itself, all the chords are not diameter, but the diameters are chords. Then we learned about the segment. What is the segment? Segment, meant, I am using the meant in the sense it is the combination of a chord and the arc. If there is a portion of a circle with the combination of chord and the arc, then you can call it as a segment. If there is a pizza cake, if there is a combination of 2 radius and 1 arc, if there is a combination of 2 radii and an arc, or you can say it as a cone shape. If it is of a cone shape, it is a sector. Did you understand? It is a sector. So in yesterday's class, we had learned about the segment and sector. Now today we are going to learn about the secant. What is secant? You have triple S, that is sector, segment and secant. What is the secant? Secant. Before going to the secant, let me differentiate between the line and the line segment. What is a line? What is a line? Line in the sense it does not have an end point. What is a line? It does not have an end point. Clear? You can draw a line. It does not have an end point. No, it does not have any end point. It goes to the infinite distance. How much ever distance you want, you can extend. How much ever distance you want, you can extend. So such a line, such a straight line, what you draw without any definite measurement is called as a line. Clear? What is then line segment? Line segment in the sense it has a fixed point. Now, if you want to draw 5 centimeter line, you have a fixed point. That is, from the 0 centimeter to the 5 centimeter, you will be placing the scale on the rule sheet and then you are going to draw. So, it has two fixed points. When a line has two fixed points, then it is a line segment. Clear? Line segment. Why are we going to talk about the line and the line segment is if you have an end point and a line drawn, then it is a line segment. Then it is a line segment, and this line segment is called as a chord. Clear? If I extend this line, if I extend this, where this line does not have an end point, then it is a secant. Then it is a secant. Did you understand? If it has a end point ittu andre a line ige andre segment at circumference of a circle at touch agbitu munde it is not continue. If it is not been extended, if the line is not been extended, then it is a chord. Clear? Then if it is extended, if both the sides of the line is extended, then it is a secant. Secant is not a chord, and chord is not a chord not a secant, or secant is a chord. Huh? All secants can be chord, but all chords cannot be a secant. Here, if you have a secant, if I say I have an endpoint here, can I say the CD is a chord? Can I say CD is a chord? Because yes, it is touching two endpoints of a circumference of a circle. And even though if it is named at that two endpoints itself, it is not being named here, E and F. E and F cannot be a chord because it does not have an endpoint, but CD is a chord. So chords can be, secant can be a chord, but chords cannot be a secant. Did you understand about this? Chords cannot be a secant, but secant can be a chords. Okay? So this is all about the secant. If the secant is based on the line, it is not based on the line segment, it is based on the line. And you have a question based on this. So while going to that question also, we'll discuss regarding this itself. Now, this is all about the basic concepts. Now, in yesterday's class, we had learnt about the tangent also. What is the tangent? It is a line drawn on the outer circumference of a circle where it is touching the circle at only one point. Only one point only touch agbeku circumference of a circle. If it is touching at only one point, then you are going to say it as a tangent. If it is touching at 2 points, it is not a tangent. Clear? Let me draw it here. Yeah. Let me name this as a circle with the center O. Now I want a tangent. Now, if I draw a line, so it is touching at this point, let me name it as P. So P is the point, and this tangent is a line where you can extend it with how much ever length you want. It does not have a definite measurement until and unless the measurement is given. When the measurement is given, okay, fine, it is a line segment. When the measurement is not given, then it is not a line segment, it is a tangent itself. So what is this P called as? Where the point P, that is the tangent point, is intersect or it is merging with the circumference of a circle. Then what is this P called as? It is called as point of contact. What is it called as? It is called as point of contact. What is that point of contact? Where the circumference of a circle and tangent both are meeting at one particular point, then it is called as the point of contact. It is called as the point of contact. And then till now you have learned. Then how many pair of tangents can you draw? How many tangents you can draw in a circle? You can draw n number of tangents. You can draw n number of tangents. There is no rules that the tangents should not be intersecting each other. So you can draw infinite number of tangents on the circle. Clear? On the circle, not inside the circle. Inside if the tangent is inside the circle, it does not mean it is a tangent, it becomes a secant. You have learned now, just now, right? If it is inside, it is a secant, it does not become a tangent. So always a tangent is on the outer circumference of a circle, it does not go inside the circle. Then now we have one particular theorem Let me explain the theorem. The theorem is very important for solving the MCQ questions or solving 1 mark question. So let us go to the theorem. Okay, what is the theorem? Tells you that if you draw a radius and if you have a perpendicular, if you have a tangent drawn on the circumference of a circle, then the radius and the tangent both are perpendicular to each other. You are going to prove that. So let me write here. It is theorem 4.1. This theorem 4.1, what is the heading of this theorem? Radius is perpendicular to the tangent. The theorem is of radius is perpendicular to the tangent. What is that? What they are telling, the tangent at any point on the circle of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So this is the theorem what they have told. Clear? Now what are you going to prove in this theorem? What are you going to prove in this theorem? That is perpendicular to radius. The tangent whatever you are drawing, that should be perpendicular to the radius. That is what you are going to prove in this theorem. Okay. First, what are they telling you about? The tangent at any point of a circle. So now we are going to draw a circle. Okay. With the center point, center of a circle named as O. Or let me take it as on the top. It is O. Clear? Now what they have told, it is a tangent. You should draw a tangent. You can draw a tangent here, 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 wherever you want. So let me draw the tangent below. So the tangent is touching the circumference of a circle here. Clear? So let me name the tangent. Tangent is an line where you can extend the line for how much ever length you want. So let me name the tangent as xy. And then what they have told, I have drawn a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius. Where it is perpendicular? Is it perpendicular to x? Is it perpendicular to y? We do not know. Let us go further. Through the point of contact. What is the meaning of point of contact? Where the tangent and the circumference of a circle which are meeting together, that point is called as point of contact. So this is the point of contact. Clear? So what they have told, the radius of a circle is perpendicular to the point of contact. Now it is over. Then what are you going to prove? You are going to prove that this is of 90 degrees. That is OP is a perpendicular line for the XY. Okay, and it should be a shortest distance. For that we are going to do a construction. So let this be Q and let this be R. Now, if I take a scale and measure, OQ distance and OR distance and OP distance. For example, if I have drawn a 5 centimeter circle. So what is OP? It is the radius of circle. So what is the distance of this OP? It is 5 centimeter. I am not going to prove this theorem. I am going to say how you are going to use this in the problems. Okay, proving is not there necessary for you. So if this is 5 centimeter. Now if I measure OQ, where the measurement of this OP be lesser than OQ or OQ is greater than OP. Both the statements are meant so same itself. What I am going to say that if OQ is greater than OP or not. I am going to see whether OQ is greater than OP or not. See here the distance, it is completely my handful. Correct? This peak. Here it is only my hand. It is coming more than the distance what I have in my hand, but here it is the same. How much ever I can extend my little finger and the thumb finger, that much is the distance here, but it is here more. Correct? So what can I say? That OP is lesser than OQ. Correct? OP is lesser than OQ. Then let me see OR. OR is also more than my handful. So what I'm going to say? OP is also lesser than OR. What does the statement meant, and what are you going to prove here is, wherever you draw the dotted lines, wherever it might be, wherever on this tangent, wherever you draw the lines, wherever you construct that line, the measurement of that line is greater than your perpendicular line, that is OP. That is the radius where you call it as a point of contact T. It is more than, it is not lesser than this OP distance, it is more than OP distance. So the perpendicular distance, whatever with reference to the radius you draw a point of contact, which will always be a perpendicular distance. Did you understand? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲೇ ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋದು. Wherever you draw the line, that length will be more than the perpendicular, that is the radius of a circle, where the center of a circle and the tangent of the circle, that is the tangent touching to the circumference of a circle, the distance between the center and the point of contact remains constant, that is 5 centimeter, and if you measure the different length of the lines, it may vary for a point itself. You might also get here it is 5.1, this is 5.2, it varies. In point difference also you can say that it is OP is a perpendicular line where it is making a 90 degree. Did you understand? So what is the main thing you learnt in this theorem? That if you draw a line with reference to the center of circle, and if you have a tangent where the tangent is touching to the circumference of a circle, and that touching or that intersection is called as the point of contact. If you join the point of contact and the center of a circle, the distance will be the shortest distance. It won't be increased at any point of view. Okay, this shortest distance will always be a perpendicular line to the circle regarding to the tangent and the radius. Clear about this? Yeah, this is the theorem. And now based on this theorem and based on this exercise, you have some multiple choice questions and the fill in the blanks questions. Let me go through that. The exercise 4.1, the first question, how many tangents can a circle have? How many tangents? Initially only I have told you can draw n number of tangents. If you have a circle here, you can draw n number of tangents, correct? You can draw n number of tangents. So the first answer is infinite number of tangents you can draw. Then what is the next question? The tangent of a circle intersect it in dash points. How many points does the tangent of circle intersect on the circumference of a circle? It intersects only one point. See, here you have drawn n number of tangents, so it is intersecting here, 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 this. So for one tangent, only one intersection. For one tangent, only one tangent, only one tangent, only one. So what is the intersection between the tangent and the circumference of a circle? It is only a point, 1 point. You can write it as 1 point or single unit. Then the line intersecting, see the fill in the blanks statement what they have told. The line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called, they have not mentioned it as a line segment, they have told it as a line. So if the line is been intersecting the circle at 2 points, then what is that line called as? Line anta helirodu, line segment antidre illige stop agirodu. So that line segment is called as chord, where you have end points, but this they have mentioned it as a line. So what is this? It is a secant. This line is called as secant. Now, a circle can have dash parallel tangent at the most. ಎಷ್ಟು parallel tangent ಇರುತ್ತೆ circle ಗೆ? We'll see that. Wait. How many? Parallel line, parallel tangents can you draw to the circle? For this, if you want, you can draw a parallel line. And for this. For this is the parallel line. For this is a parallel line. This is a parallel line. Here you have one more. So you can draw n number of parallel lines, correct? Can you count how many parallel lines you have drawn? See, here also gap is there, so I'll draw here also. And here also gap is there, I'll draw here. Here also gap is there. So you can draw n number of parallel lines for the circles, correct? For this circle, or n number of parallel tangents can be drawn. So what is the answer for the third fill in the blanks? So it is infinite number of parallel tangents you can draw on the circumference of a circle. Then the common point of a tangent to the circle and the circle is called what? So the circle they have told I need to draw a circle. Let me draw a circle with a midpoint. Circle is over. Then what is this first statement? The common point of a tangent. Let me draw a tangent and let me have a common point here. Yeah. P is the common point, O is the center of circle. Then what they have told? The common point of a tangent to the circle. Which is the common point to the common point of a tangent to the circle? So P is the common point. Clear? Then and the circle. For the circle, what is the common point? P is only the common point. For the tangent and for the circle, for both of them, what is the common point? P is the common point. So what is this point P called as? It is called as, very good, point of contact. So it is called as point of contact. Clear? Then the next question, the third question. What they have told? A tangent PQ. From now onwards, what all questions we are going to solve? It is all based on MCQs itself. This type of questions only be given for the MCQ question. So make sure that it is a clear picture of the questions. You have a clear picture of the questions. Okay. The tangent PQ at a point P of a circle radius phi meets at a line through the center O at a point Q, so that OQ is equal to 12 centimeter. Length PQ is dash. So you are going to check the length PQ. Correct? So let me solve this question. I think you are no doubts regarding the theorem. The theorem is nothing, it is not telling anything else. It is saying that the point of contact where you have, if you draw a radius to that point of contact, it will always be a perpendicular line. Ashte. Iga idu point of contact ide alva, idakke radius na draw madidre ee line matte ee line eradu perpendicular to each other ade anta ashte helodu a theorem. That is 4.1. Nothing much it is going to tell. It is useful only to solve the problem. Next, what are they telling? First, you want to draw a circle of radius 5 centimeter. So let me name this as O, and if I have drawn the circle with 5 centimeter radius. Clear? Now, a tangent PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 centimeter. So P is over, O is also over. You have only 3 letters there. One is P, Q, O. Here you have already done with O, that was the center of circle. Here the P is the radius of a circle, it is also done. Now you are left with only Q. So it should be a tangent. Now in Mother you can write the tangent wherever you want. It is your choice, children. No. The tangent can be written anywhere. So Q. Then what they have told? PQ. You are going to join PQ. Yeah, PQ is joined. Then through the center O at a point P, through the center O at a point Q, and OQ is how much centimeter? It is 12 centimeter. So what is the distance of PQ you need to find? Clear? If this is ulta case, you can draw it as proper as you have learnt it in the theorem. So this is O you can, sorry, this is O, you can bring down P down. So it is 5 centimeter. The radius is 5 centimeter. If Q is here, so OQ is also joined, OP is also joined. OQ is of 12 centimeter and you are going to find out OP. Clear? Now what did you learn here? You learned that whatever the line, that is the radius of a circle and the tangent, you can extend if you want. The radius of a circle and the point of contact of the tangent, both are of 90 degree. Here you cannot say this is as a tangent. Can you say this as tangent? No, you do not have any point of contact here. I cannot say this is a tangent. After tangent and the external in the draw external in the draw tangent and the so this is drawn on the external surface. So this is a tangent which is making 90 degree. Here also see, I cannot say this is a tangent because it is not coming from the outer surface. Is it coming? The tangent and the head it is not like that. It is same clear picture it is. So you have a line here, the straight line, and you can extend the tangent here. So this is this P, angle P, this P. The point P is the point of contact. So if you draw a radius to the point of contact, then it is of 90 degree. Did you understand? Then what is the side opposite to the 90 degree called as? This is hypotenuse, this is base, and this is adjacent. So sorry. So you know which theorem to be applied if you have 90 degree and a hypotenuse. Which theorem are you going to apply? You are going to apply Pythagoras theorem. Very good. After so many days also you are remembering this. So OQ square is equal to PQ square plus OP square. Correct? So what is PQ? What is the distance? It is 12 square is equal to what is OQ? Sorry, PQ. PQ you do not know, you replace it as it is. Then OP is 5 centimeter. So 12 square is 144. So PQ square and 5 square is 25. So let this 25 come this side. What you will be having? It is 144 minus 25. So 144 minus 25 is how much? In 14 if 5 goes, it is 9. Correct? Cancel 3 you will be in 14. 5 goes 9 in 3, 2 goes 1 in 1 only. So what you get? PQ square is equal to 119. So what is the PQ length? It is square root of 119. Since I do not know the value of square root of 119, so let me check out whether it is there in my option or not. If it is there in my option, then I can keep it as it is. Correct? If it is there in my option, let me keep it as it is, or if there is a simplified one, let me put the simplified value for the answer. So in my D option, you have the answer, that is square root of 119. So it is the option D. The answer for this is option D. Did you understand how to solve this question? This type of question is very important. So do not forget to solve it in this method. The important thing what you wanted to see here is where is the radius being drawn and what is the tangent. You need to first identify the tangent. That tangent identification is not this one, the line which is perpendicular, which is a line which is being drawn outside the circle. ಆಚೆಗಡೆ circle draw ಮಾಡಿ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ tangent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನ tangent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು tangent ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Then the question, then the answer you can find out very easily. Then whatever the radius and the tangent point, wherever it is meeting, that is called as point of contact, and the radius and the tangent will always be 90 degree, as of you have already proved it in theorem 4.1. So this is regarding the question number 3. Then what they have told, draw a circle and two lines parallel to the given line such that one of the tangent and the other are secant. So what they have told, you will be having a circle where you will be having a circle, one line, let me take this as a line, let me name it as a chord. So one you will be having a tangent line and other one you will be having as a secant line. That's all they have told, nothing else. So this completes the 4.1 exercise. Let us move to the another one. So before that, we have some cases where you should learn when you go to the exercise part. So let us learn that. Okay. Now, case number 1 regarding the tangent itself. Case number 1. What is this case number 1? If you have a circle, if you have a circle and if the midpoint has been there, let me name this as midpoint O. Okay, and you have a point. And you have a point on inside of the circle. Now, if I draw the lines where all the lines are being crossing that point, can I say this P is a tangent? Can I say whatever the lines which is passing through this point is called as a tangent? No, the tangents cannot go inside the circle. The tangents cannot go inside the circle. It will always be outside the circle. So this case is ruled out. When you have the lines inside the circle, you cannot say it as a tangent. Then case 2. If you have a circle with a centered O, and if I draw a line, can you say this AB as a tangent? Yes, AB can be said as a tangent because there is a point of contact between the circumference of a circle and the tangent. If there is a point of contact between the circumference of a circle and the tangent, then you can say it as a tangent. Then the third case. What is this case telling you? If you have a circle with a centered O, then if you draw a tangent, if you draw a tangent, and if I name this as PQ, if I draw another tangent, and if both are intersecting at one point, if both the tangents are intersecting at one point, then I'll say that those two tangents are equal to each other. That is, PQ is equal to RQ. Clear? The both of them are equal to each other. We'll prove this based on this and we'll solve questions also. Do not worry, but understand the cases. The first case, what we learned is if you have a reference point inside the circle and if you draw n number of lines to that, you cannot say that lines as a tangent because the tangent won't lie inside the circle, it lies outside the circle. Then what is this? Second point, what did you learn? If you have a circumference of a circle and if the tangent is drawn outside the circle, then if you have the reference point, that is the point of contact, that is the point of contact in the sense it should be connected to the circumference of a circle and the tangent point should also be intersecting to the circumference of a circle, then you can say it as a point of contact. If such lines are being constructed, then you can say it as a tangent. Then the third point is what? If you have a tangent, if you draw a tangent, okay, if you draw a tangent, if you extend that line and if you draw another tangent, if both the tangents are meeting at one particular point, then those two tangents are equal to each other. Then those two tangents are equal to each other. This is the three cases. Clear? They'll ask you whether PQ is equal to RQ. Check whether PQ is equal to RQ. Then what are you going to say? Yes, the two tangents are equal to each other because they are meeting at one common point. Clear? Now you have theorem 2.4 where you will be proving based on this third case itself. Okay. So, theorem 4.2. Theorem 4.2. Let me write the statement. What is the statement? The length of the tangent equal. What is the statement telling you? That the length of the tangent drawn from an external point of a circle are equal. You have already, we have already stated in the case 3 itself. That is, if you have a circle with a pointed O, then if you have two tangents meeting at one particular point, then those two tangents are equal, and then I've already helped it away. Alva, that we are going to prove it with a proof. That's all. Okay, so let me have the circle to prove this theorem. So what you should remember, in the first theorem you have already proved that the radius of a circle and if the tangent both are meeting at one particular point, then that point is perpendicular point, correct? And in this theorem, what are you going to learn? That if you have two tangents drawn and if they are meeting at one particular point, then those two tangents are equal to each other. Okay. So, let me draw circle O. Clear? Now, if I have a tangent, oh, those two are not meeting at each other. Yeah. If I draw a tangent, in tangent, what is a tangent? It should have one point of reference. That is, it should touch at least one point on the circumference of a circle. Then only you can say it is a tangent. Correct. So if the line is touching the circumference of a circle, can I name those lines? Let me name it as P, R, and the outer line where both the tangents are meeting together, let me name that as Q. Okay, so you have PQ and RQ as the tangent. Now, what did you learn previously? What did you learn in theorem 4.1? What did you learn in theorem 4.1? That is radius and point of contact both are perpendicular to each other, correct? Correct, Alva. You learned that if you draw a radius to the point of contact, then both of them are perpendicular to each other, which makes 90 degrees. So let me draw the radius for the point of contact. So P is the point of contact. So OP is the radius, and here if I draw OR as the radius, so can I say, if you turn this radius to the complete circle, wherever you turn the radius, you get the radius same. So can I say OP is equal to OR? OP ಮತ್ತೆ OR equal ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? So if this is of 90 degree, since it is a perpendicular and if this is of 90 degree, I'll do a construction. I'll join O and Q. O and Q na join ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. O and Q join ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? OQ is same for both the triangles. ಇವಾಗ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇದೆ 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಂಗೆ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎರಡು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ OPQ and ORQ both triangles I have formed. Now what is the common side for both the triangles? The common side is OQ. That is QO and QO are common. Correct? QO and QO are common. From that, next what do you want? Now I need to check whether it is a congruent or similar. Congruent idya similar idya anta helbeku. Corresponding part of a triangles are equal. Corresponding parts of a triangles are equal. Now I need one angle. One angle beku. Yen angle ide? That is angle P and angle R are 90 degree. Correct? So 90 degree bandide antandre yenadu? If it is a 90 degree, so which criteria it is? RHS criteria. If you have the hypotenuse same, opposite to the right angle ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ hypotenuse ಅಂತಾರಲ್ವಾ ಇಲ್ಲೂ opposite to the angle ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ it is an hypotenuse. So if hypotenuse is same for both the triangles and if there is a right angle triangle in this both the triangles, then from which criteria can you say these two triangles are congruent to each other? That is from RHS criteria. Correct? From RHS criteria, you can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. What are the triangles? OPQ is congruent to ORQ. Correct alva? Matte ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. What is the thing what we are going to see that PQ ಮತ್ತೆ QR equal ಇದೆ ಅಂತ prove ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. To prove, what are we going to prove? PQ is equal to QR. ಈ ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ 4.1 ಥಿಯರಮ್ 4.1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಕಲ್ತ್ವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಏನಾದ್ರು ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ನ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಎರಡು ಈ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ರಾ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್. Clear? So I'll draw radius and the tangent. I'll draw radius and tangent if both are meeting at one particular point. So that is called as the point of contact, which is perpendicular to each other. That makes 90 degree. Correct? Even if I draw radius here, I should also draw a radius because wherever you draw the radius inside the circle, it remains the same itself. 5 centimeter circle if you have drawn, wherever you draw the radius, it remains the same itself, right? So wherever I draw the radius, it remains the same. So what did I conclude initially? That is OP is equal to OR. Why both are equal? Because they are radii of the circle. Correct? Clear? Now I am going to do the construction, but I do not know anything else. So now what I am going to do, I have one point here, living waste, and here also I will have another point which is not being used at all. So I will join those 2 points. If I join those 2 points, so what happens? It will be a common side for both the triangles. Correct or not? It will be a common point for both the triangles. So this is the hypotenuse of a triangle. Why are you going to say it as an hypotenuse of a triangle? Because it is opposite to this 90 degree. So if it is opposite to the 90 degree, so it is called as hypotenuse of a triangle. Because it is a common side. Correct? Common side, right? Now you need to find out another angle. What is the other angle? Whatever you have come to know, that is angle P is 90 degree and angle R are 90 degree. I am going to say it as 90 degree. So if you have a 90 degree, if you have common hypotenuse, then from which criteria you can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other? That is from RHS criteria you can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. I have told it as congruent to each other. If this side is equal and this side is also equal, the third side will be equal to each other from CPCT criteria. That is the corresponding part of a congruent triangle. Equal iruttane. So that is PQ will be equal to QR. From which criteria? CPCT. That is corresponding part of a congruent triangle. The radius are equal, you have proved. This line has been same to both the sides, so you have also proved that. From that 2 criteria and an angle, you have said that these 2 triangles are congruent to each other. If you have already concluded it is congruent to each other, what is the other thing you need to think over? You can simply write that PQ and QR are equal to each other from which criteria? CPCT criteria. This is clear for you. Anything else is left out? Nothing. So this is a theorem. If you had a paper for 80 marks, this was a must and should theorem where you get it for 3 marks, but you do not have a paper for 80 marks. You have a paper for only 40 marks, and it is all both of ticking. So what is the thing what you need to remember is in theorem 2.1. In theorem 2.1, if the radius of a circle and if the tangent common point, if both of them are common to each other, then it is perpendicular to each other. Then in the second theorem, what did you learn? That is, if you draw two tangents to the circle and if that two tangent is meeting at one common point, so that two tangents are equal to each other. Understood? That's all you need to remember. Then we'll solve some questions in exercise 4.2. Yeah, you have example questions and all. If we are not going to solve that because all the numerical type questions only be asked, no proving type questions will be asked, only numerical. If this side is given, then what is the next value? We have solved it in the third question, no? Like that only the questions will be asked. So you do not have any doubt, I think so. In this theorem, you have learned only two theorems. I am repeating again and again. Why? Because you should remember it for solving the problem. If you have a tangent line and the point and the radius, if both are meeting at one particular point, then it is a point of reference. It should always be a 90 degree. It is perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular. Then, if you have two tangents drawn and if the two tangents are meeting at one particular point, then those two tangents are equal to each other. We'll solve some two or three questions and wind up the class. Okay. The first one is, first two questions we'll solve. Then the third question, sixth question, seventh question, we'll solve it in the tomorrow's class. Okay, and tomorrow we are going to complete the circles and some questions based on the circles will be opted, and I'm going to say it to you, okay? And we will solve that. From a point Q, the length of the tangent to the circle is 24 centimeter and the distance of Q from the center of circle is 25 centimeter. Then find the radius. Nodi, ನಾನು ಹೀಗಷ್ಟೇ explain ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಆಗಲೇ question ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So, now, what is the first question of 4.2 exercise being asked? That is, you have a circle. Yes, I have a circle. So, let me name that center of circle as O. Then what they have told? From a point Q, I need to have a point Q. Let me have a point Q. Okay, the length of the tangent to the circle is 24 centimeter. So, I need to draw a tangent. I have drawn a tangent. How much is it? 24 centimeter. Let me name it as P. That is the point of contact between the center of a circle, between the tangent and the circumference of a circle. Clear? Then, what they have asked, and the distance of Q from the center, the distance of Q from the center is how much? 25 centimeter. Correct. Then what they have asked you to find? They have asked you to find the radius of circle. They have asked you to find the radius of circle. You need to find the distance. Now, which angle is 90 degree? Whether O or P. Say, whether O or P, angle P is 90 degree. Yak angle P is 90 degree? Because from theorem 4.1, whatever the radius you draw and the coinciding part of a tangent, if both are meeting at one particular point, then that point is 90 degree. Alva? Then angle opposite to that 90 degree is hypotenuse. You can take this anywhere, base and adjacent, it is your choice. base and adjacent. Clear? If you have 90-degree hypotenuse, base and adjacent, you need to apply the Pythagoras theorem. What is the hypotenuse? That is OQ square is equal to PQ square plus OP square. Correct. So what is OQ? It is 25 square is equal to 24 square plus OP as it is. So 25 square is 625 is equal to 24 square is 576 plus PQ. If there is any mistake, please do adjust, children. Okay, adjust. So 225 minus 576. So how much is it? In 5, 6 won't go. So we are going to borrow it as 15. So after 6, so 6 plus 6 is 12, 6 and 3 more, it is 9. Correct? 9 is the difference. Then in 7, this won't go. So let me borrow it as 12. 7, if it is of 10, it is 3 and plus 1, it is 11. So 49 is the difference. Correct? So 625 minus 567 is equal to PO square. So 49 is equal to PO square. Square root na tagade, OP is equal to square root of 49. So is equal to 7 centimeters. Idali ಏನು hint ನಾನು ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. The triplets I have given you in the Pythagoras theorem. Do you remember the triplets? So please do behead the triplets. Did you understand? If you have given for the 24 and 25, so what is another triplet? What you wanted to have? 7. Simple. Did you understand? Or in the option what they have given? 7, 12, 15, 24.5. In that easily you can eliminate 24.5 because it is already 24 and this is already 25. Correct. And here the radius is shortest distance. Kammi ide. So 12 matte 15 and 7. The things must be with this 3 ratios, 3 options. So in that 15 you can eliminate as it is because it is of higher number. The triplet won't be there. So 12 and 7. So it is very easy that whatever the number nearest to these two is there, you need to omit it and you need to remember the triplet. Triplet na nenpitkonಡ್ರೆ you can solve this Pythagoras theorem based questions very easily. Then this question is over. Let me come to the last question of this class. That is the second question. Please make a hint chart. I'll give you the flow chart, that is the mind map also. Then also you should remember the things. And pitkombeku. Then in figure 4.11, what is the figure? Let me draw the figure. You have a circle with centered O. Here you have Q and donka P. So this is 110. That is 110. You have a tangent. Correct? Yes. What they have told. If TP and TQ are the two tangents of a circle with the centered O, so that POQ is equal to 110 degree, then what is the value of PTQ? This one you need to find. This angle na find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನೇನು ಗೊತ್ತು? What all you know in this? Looking at this figure, what all you can identify? What all you can say? That OP is a radius, OQ is a radius. Correct? The radius and the tangent both are meeting at one particular point. Meet ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? Meet ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? That two are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular ಅಂದ್ರೆ 90 degree. Correct? 90 degree. So, with leaving the circle, if you imagine this figure without a circle, can I say this as a quadrilateral? So sum of 4 sides in a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Now I need to find out the value for this. So what are you going to do? Angle P plus angle O, angle Q, angle O plus angle T is equal to 360 degree, correct? 90 plus 90 plus 110 plus t is equal to 360 degree. So 90 plus 90 is 180, 180 plus 1110 is 290, correct? Oh, down. 90 plus 90 is 180, 180 plus 8 plus 1 is 9 and 1 plus 1 is 2. So angle T is equal to 360 minus 290. So 360 minus 290 to 1. So it is 0 and 8 plus 8 is 16. So it is 9. Correct? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7. 8 plus 8 is 9 and here 9 does or 8 plus 8 is 16, 9 is there, so 1 minus 7. So what is the value of T you get? Angle T is equal to 70 degree. And here looking at this one, looking at the option, see there 60, 70, 80, 90 they have given. You can eliminate angle D, you can eliminate the option D. Why? Because we know that tangents are equal to each other. Here tangent draw madidre, here tangent equal ide anta heltare. But we do not know that it makes a 90 degree. We know only the radius and the tangent meeting together make a perpendicular line which is equal to 90 degree. But these two tangent won't be 90 degree. So angle D is eliminated. Yes. Now, what you have 90, 90 and 110 you have. So you know three values and you do not know the fourth one. So you can add this and you can add 60. You won't get. You get it as 350 degree you get. So 90 plus 90 is 180. 180 plus 10 is 290. 290 plus 60 it is 350. 350 degrees. So 350 degree is not a value. It is 360 degree. Then it is 70. 70 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 360 degree ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 80 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 370 degree ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So what is the option? It is 70. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. But when you are going to choose it in the multiple choice question during the examination, you are going to do it very easily. How are you going to do? The sum of these four angles in a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. Correct? In that you know three angles. You know three angles. So what is the sum of those three angles? It is 290. Aita 290 minus 360. If you do it, you will get 70 degree itself. If you want yours, if you do 290 plus 60, if you do it is 350. 290 plus 70 you do 360. So the option B is the correct one. Did you understand how to do it? Very simple. So we do practicing the questions, answer to do practicing the triplets also. Triplets are very important when this type of question it comes. You cannot apply the Pythagoras theorem and waste the time because you have science paper and social paper also there. River Ellinda Adita there. It comes from north to south means you need to think over that. And the chemical balance equation also you need to balance the equation. You need time for those things. So make very easily the mathematical concepts so you can solve the problems very easily. Thank you very much children. We'll continue with the next class.